Hey everybody, coming at you with another exciting video, and it's even more exciting for me because I get to eat. I love these videos where I get to eat at the end, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making my secret recipe Creole tilapia, and as far as I'm concerned, it is the best campfire meal that I know of. So let's find a good spot right over here by the creek. That way I got plenty of water. If fire gets out of control, I got water to put it out. I don't think it will, but we're going to set up. I'm going to get some wood, and we're going to pull everything out of my backpack, and we are going to do some cooking. All right, looks like a good spot to me. Right there. Let's set up right here, right on that tree. Get off the old backpack and bungee it to a tree. Now, there's some campfire meals that are very, very extremely simple, and then there's some campfire meals that are extremely complicated. Now, this one at first you're going to think it's complicated, but it's actually not really that bad if you've done it a few times and if you've planned ahead and you've got the stuff with you that you need. Okay, and there's a neat trick to carrying the food that I'm going to show you in just a minute. All right, and it's actually, I'm surprised that nobody else has ever shown it, but it's a very handy trick. So after I get the wood, I'll show you how to do it. All right, whenever you grab your wood, you want to try to grab your wood off the ground. That way it won't be all rotten. It'll be good and dry and stuff. Let's see what we got here. Grab up a little saw. That's some good dry wood right there. Right there. Put it up under my arm. There you go. Alright, what I'll be using today is my triangular grill that I call my Roycroft pack frame grill. You might have saw it in a video maybe about a year ago to where this is an actual pack frame. I didn't cook a meal on it, but I'm going to cook a meal on it today. Now, this little jewel does not weigh much, but you take this thing and you set it on rocks and you can cook with 3 or 4 pans. So it's fantastic for your outdoor gourmet meals. So I'm going to clear out a spot on the ground here and set it on some rocks, and then we're going to build a fire. And then we'll start digging the food out. Do a nice level spot right here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start sliding some wood up under it. We're just basically going to lay down a bed of wood here. And I leave the grill here so that I can kind of see where the wood will be. I would say about like that there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and then that's when I can actually start building the fire up on the top here and get it going. And then I'll feed the rest of the wood in later. Alright, I think since I'm in camp and I got all my wood, I'm going to remove this machete here now. Just kind of set it to the side. There ain't no reason to wear it in camp. Put it right over here. Alright, now what we're going to do is make a little bit of shavings so that we don't dilly-dally around too much, waste too much time. Let's get rid of these gloves for now. Let's see, where's my knife at? There it is. I love making shavings. Where's a good piece of wood? There's a good piece. Alright, what I want to do, lay down a couple of big leaves right here. You wasn't even looking, was you? Lay down some leaves right here. What we're going to do is we're going to use that to catch all of our shavings. Alright, now I got some shavings. Let's grab some of the smaller wood that I batoned. I brought a lighter, but I'm going to try to do it with a ferro rod. There we go. And then you just hold this wood up above it. Anything that you've batoned, and so you can just lay it on all the things here. Just hold it up above it. And that right there will give you your best chance of getting this thing going without having to search around for a bunch of twigs and stuff. See, once this stuff catches on, then you're basically good to go. I think you can see on the camera. Yeah, I've got each end attached to the logs, and that's kind of the beauty of the grill right here, because you don't have to hold all this wood so that you've got an airspace underneath it. It seems to work pretty good for me. And see, once that stuff's going, you can just set it down, and then you just start moving these logs over one at a time. And I'll let that all burn down. Whew, and get going. So once that burns down, it'll burn down into the bigger wood. And you'll be ready to go. Alright, let's let that catch on, and then we're going to pull the food out and talk about it. The neat trick I was going to show you is what's coming up next. I say that's no problem right there. I didn't even need any. I didn't need much of anything to get this going. Let that burn down, then we'll put the grill on it. Alright, fire's going, no problems. That right there, that's way too many flames to cook on, so I'm going to let that die down to coals. Alright, so let's ease right over here, and we're going to aim right here. And this is the trick. This is the cool thing. Now, some people struggle with carrying cold stuff, okay? Well, basically, what is a cooler? Okay, a cooler is a thick plastic thing with insulation, but some of the more modern coolers, like the flexible ones, what they are is they're like a shiny mylar type foil material with insulation. So what's your greatest form of insulation you carry with you? Your sleeping bag. So, what I'm gonna do, let's unstrap this, pull my sleeping bag out. I got my tarp. Oh, I got a little pad that I'm gonna sit on while I'm over there cooking, setting all the food on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the tarp over here and unroll the sleeping bag and show you what I'm talking about. Something else about that fire there is whenever you take wood like that with no bark on it and you baton it and you split it, you wind up having a fire with no smoke, which is wonderful. Okay. There are some people that argue about batoning wood, but I have no problem with it. It makes a really good fire. Okay. Now, sleeping bag. I'm up on the hill up here, up above where the creek is, kind of on high ground. Lay out my tarp. Take my sleeping bag. Alright. Roll it out. And as I'm unrolling it, I have a Mylar sack. Okay? Now, here's the deal with this Mylar sack. What this is this is an old, this is a one of those emergency survival blankets, and what I have done is I have taped it all up and turned it into a bag. Okay. Now this is a neat backpacker trick, because what you do is you simply put your bag of cold food inside the Mylar bag. Okay, and then you just wrap it up in a sleeping bag. Okay, now some people's gonna freak out and go, oh man, that's the idea I've been waiting on for a lifetime. Well, thing is, for those of you that don't believe in it, get you a bag of some food, some cold stuff, some frozen stuff, some whatever. Okay, and put it in a bag. Make you a bag, wrap it up in a sleeping bag, and put it in your backyard. And 2 days later, it'll still be cold. It's amazing. All right, got that. And got one more bag to get out of here. Because I'm sure there's going to be some people that's going to be saying, oh, this is a complicated meal. Well, not really. I got that grill over there that doesn't weigh much. This bag is my entire cook set, my eating set, and my utensils, and this is my cold food. Okay, all right, sound good? All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. Let's get you down on the ground and I'm gonna show you what's in these 2 bags. Let's see, fire's starting to kind of die down just a little bit. It'll be perfect. It'll be coals pretty soon. And what I do is whenever I want extra heat for boiling water, what I'll do is I will add a piece of wood to that side, okay? Because I'm going to want more heat over on one side. All right, now I'll go ahead and add a couple more here and there. To make sure I got plenty of coals. All right, what we got now, let's take a look in here in this bag. No, wait, let's don't look in that bag. Wait a minute, yeah, let's look in this bag. All right, what I have in this bag here are my ingredients. I have some chopped mushrooms, put them back in there. I have 2 cups of milk in a fancy Gatorade bottle. I have 12 ounces of extra small cooked peeled tailless shrimp. Okay, I only need 8 ounces, but I'm going to put 12 ounces in it, because Nick is going to be coming here after school and there's going to be some for him. And then I've got some frozen tilapia. Okay. Alright. And then some butter. Alright, that's what's in the cold bag, and I'm just going to leave it all in here for now. Alright. Move that over. Now what is in here is in my cook kit. Let's take a peek inside here. This is the dry food bag. Alright, and the utensil bag. I have some utensils right here in this little pouch. And I have, this is actually pronounced quinoa, but it looks like quinoa. That is some good stuff. I love it. It's kind of a substitute for rice. parsley flakes. This stuff here, I was told, Tony Chachere's, even though it's got a C, but somebody from Louisiana told me that this is pronounced Tony Chachere's. Okay, and it's a Creole cream sauce mix. Now, if you go to make this recipe, here, and you can't get the Tony Chachere's dry spices. That's not the same stuff. This is an actual cream sauce. This is the stuff that makes the dish, okay? And yes, I paid for it. No, it's not free. And then I have a little bottle of olive oil and some beef bouillon cubes. Okay, that's that. Now, here's my cook set. I'll pull this out. This is all stainless steel. Set that bag over there. And what it is, let's flip it upside down. I have a frying pan. I have a dipper. Oh, inside the frying pan, I have my eating pan. That is aluminium or aluminum. That's what I'm going to eat out of. Got the frying pan. I got a little Scotch-Brite because I'm going to clean the grill and all the pans in this here creek before I go home. I have a small cook pot. This is my oatmeal pot. I have a stainless pot and another stainless pot. Okay, so what we're going to do now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the mushrooms, water, and a beef bouillon cube. Okay, that is the first thing that I'm going to do. Now, for dealing with this fire and dealing with the hot cookware, what I'll be using is I have several different ways. I can use my multi-tool right here. Okay, or I can use a piece of leather, or I have my Nomex gloves. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is put this grill back on. Alright, now what we're going to do, it's easy down here. Take a beef bouillon cube. See if I can get it open. It's going to be a beef bouillon cube because this has spices and salts in it and things. It's going to really boil up and cook the mushrooms good. Squeeze it all up, smash it up in the bottom right there. And then what we're going to do, put in some water. Alright. Put this in a little water. Alright. Get the lid back on. Alright, let's throw us in some of these mushrooms here. That will be the first thing that we do. Let's see. My hands are pretty clean because I've been wearing those gloves. Put in some of these mushrooms. And I'll add water as I see fit. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick this up and set it right in the middle of the grill. Alright, put that right there. Alright, let's put this to the side. Now what we're going to do here, let's get out our utensils. These down here. What kind of utensils we got? We have, let's see, a couple of forks, a couple of tongs, bamboo stirrer, spatula, whatever that thing is, and a whipping disc. Whisk, that's what it's called. Alright, so we're going to take this. Where's my cold stuff? I have a dollop of butter and some milk. What we're going to do here, we're going to pour in 2 cups of milk, like that. We're going to put in a dollop of butter, like that. Then we're going to put in the Tony Chachere's Creole cream sauce. Alright. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stir this bad boy up. Oh man. Ooh, oh, oh man, just getting in my lungs is killing me. All right, let's put this on the fire over here on the back side, right there. And what we're going to do is, as that's heating up, I'll stir it up. Okay, I'm gonna set this down right here. Okay, now I also forgot. Now it's time to add the shrimp. I think I'm just going to put a half a bag, and I'm going to put the other half in that thing. That'll work. Half a bag of shrimp. Alright, and I'll seal that up and put this back in this silver bag here. Alright. And let's put in a couple more pieces of wood on this back side so that I can get me some more fire going back here. A couple more right here. Alright, I added a couple more pieces of wood there. Now what we have, let's take another peek down here at, okay, this stuff is quinoa, the way you cook the quinoa. Put that back so I don't get sliced and diced. Now the way you cook the quinoa is it's 1 part quinoa, 2 parts water. So for 1 cup of this, I put in 2 cups of water. Alright, 2 cups of water. Dump it in. Dump it in. That's all you got to do. And I think I always add a dollop of butter. Love me some butter. Let's put in another glob of butter right there. And see, as all these things are getting put on the fire, as they're getting put on the fire, I will add or take away wood as I see fit. And, oh, gotta add more wood over here on this end. And see, as I'm adding the wood, and as I'm slowly putting all this stuff on the grill, what I'm doing is I'm making it to where I can just sit here and just stir and flip and move everything around. Now see, this is already super hot. So I got to pay attention to start stirring this stuff. Now I had to add more water to the mushrooms there, but as time goes on, I can take it on and off the grill if I have to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cook the tilapia. So what I'm going to do now is take this olive oil. I'm going to pour in half the container of olive oil. That's a little over half. Now see, a lot of times on a campfire, when you got a roaring campfire like this stuff cooks a lot better. This stuff will cook a whole lot better if you bring it with you frozen. Not to mention it'll thaw just a little bit. Alright, so let's slide in a piece of tilapia. Slide in another piece. Now, as everything starts boiling, the second it boils, the reason when you get all this on at one time is because the second it starts boiling, is you want to, it's going to want to, everything needs to simmer. And so when the fire dies down, it's going to simmer. Tilapia in oil, set it right there, and then I'll rotate it around as it's cooking. So let's let it ease down. Let's let the fire die down, and I'm gonna start stirring everything. So what I'm doing now is I'm just stirring everything. And it helps to turn the pans around too. Like I'll turn that pan around, and then I'll turn this pan around. I moved the mushrooms off to the side because the mushrooms over here are almost done. Now the fish is almost done, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Creole sauce over here and move the fish over here. That way the fish will just stay warm and the Creole sauce will really get done. This quinoa stuff is what's going to take the longest. Once that water boils down though, it'll be good. It'll be good to go. Alright, now I got to start paying attention here because my Creole sauce is starting to really bubble over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my mushrooms on the ground and I'm going to move these over to the side right here. See, it's fixing to boil over. Actually, I think I need to pull the fish off, and what I need to do is I need to move the Creole sauce down here to the end. That right there is going to work. Alright, now the beauty of using a grill like this and having a fire like this is as things cook at different rates and different temperatures and things have to simmer in different ways, you can move things around from one corner of a grill to the other corner of the grill. And that's like, basically the mushrooms are done, the cream sauce is done, the tilapia is done, and I'm just waiting on this quinoa here to bubble up and get done. This stuff is like little round balls, and when it starts popping and exploding, then that's when it's done. It gets fluffy. The water boils away and it gets good and fluffy. So it won't be much longer and we'll be ready to eat. Alright, now we are somewhere. Where are we? Our quinoa has bubbled up, so that means we're ready to eat. After that got cooked, the tilapia, I moved it over to the side, and then I have the mushrooms that have been cooked for a while, and they're good and sauteed, and then my cream sauce over there with the shrimp in it is good to go. So what we're going to do, take the old dipper right here, we're going to dip aside a little bit of quinoa, lay down a little bed of quinoa here. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this cream sauce and I'm going to pour the cream sauce in the quinoa with a little bit of shrimp. Alright, looking good already, ain't it? Set that there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab us up a piece of fish, lay us a piece of fish on that quinoa there. Move that around. Alright, now we're going to set that there. Now we didn't want, on the mushrooms, we don't want the mushrooms messing up the cream sauce. But we did want them cooked in the bouillon sauce. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take some mushrooms. We're going to put a few mushrooms up on top. Just like this. Now, I'll save a few in there for the next piece of fish because I want everything to be good and hot while I eat it. Now we're going to ease over here and grab a little bit more cream sauce with a little bit more shrimp. Now, how about with a lot more shrimp? Woohoo! Put that on there. And there it is. This is the most delicious meal. This is a gourmet outdoor meal. And what we're going to do now is we're going to ease on a few parsley. Let me set it down somewhere. I'll set it down right there. What we're going to do now is we're going to sprinkle on a few parsley flakes on top. Just a few right on top. There you go. We are ready to chow down. Alright, now it's time to eat. What we're going to do, lay a piece of leather on my hand. Of course, I could just set it on a rock. We're going to pick this up and set it right here so you can take a look at it. Let's ease you down here so you can look at it. Now that is exactly what gourmet cooking should look like. Yum, yum. Most delicious food on planet Earth. You just can't beat it. Now it's time to take a eat. We're going to take a eat. We're going to test it up. We're going to see how it does. Okay. Now, am I insane or was I right? Okay. Let's take us up a little bite right here. Some shrimp. Now I'm going to use the spoon I'm going to use a spoon. Got some shrimp, some mushrooms, some sauce, some quinoa. I got a little bit of everything. Good and hot. Moment of truth. Am I going to make a face or am I going to be happy? Ain't cooled off yet. Mmm. Oh man. If I could go cross-eyed, I'd go cross-eyed. Oh my. Woo-hoo-hoo! Don't you wish you was here? Shrimp, mushrooms, quinoa, and tilapia in Creole cream sauce. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Mmm. This is so good. So good. I don't think you can make a meal this good at home, and you may not can get a meal this good in a restaurant. Incredible. Woo! All right, time for me to chow down. I'm gonna eat and eat and eat, and then I'm gonna eat some more. I'm gonna eat until I can't move. This is the best meal I have ever had outdoors, and it all turned out perfect. Big grill. Just juggle everything around as you need to boil and as you need to simmer. And as things get done, ease them out to the corners. That's the beauty of a 3-corner grill. I had a great time. Hope you had a good time. Hope you learned a few tricks. And Chef Dave's signing off. And I shall see you in the next one.